Welcome to another lesson with Dr. Idea. Today, we're diving into one of the most important basics of English, the SVO structure. That stands for subject, verb, and object. This simple pattern is the foundation of most English sentences. If you master this, you'll be able to speak clearly, correctly, and confidently. For example, in the sentence, I eat rice. I is the subject, eat is the verb, and rice is the object. Let's break down each part and see how you can use this structure in your daily English conversations. Let's start with the subject. The subject is the person, place, or thing that does the action in a sentence. It answers the question, who or what is doing something. For example, in she plays, she is the subject. In the boy runs, the boy is the subject. And in my mother cooks, my mother is the subject. Common subjects include words like I, you, he, she, we, they, it, and names such as John, B. Cow, or Dr. Idea. Remember, the subject always comes first in a basic English sentence. Let's look at a few more examples to make this clear. In the sentence she plays, she is the subject. In the boy runs, the boy is the subject. And in my mother cooks, my mother is the subject. These examples show that the subject can be a single word or a group of words, but it always tells us who is doing the action. Practice identifying the subject in different sentences to get comfortable with this part of English structure. Next, let's talk about verbs. A verb is the action or the state of being in a sentence. Action verbs show what someone is doing, like run, eat, walk, drink, study, watch, or write. State verbs describe a condition or state, like is, am, are, seems, or feels. For example, in he runs, runs is the verb. In they are happy, are is the verb. And in I write, write is the verb. Verbs are essential because they tell us what's happening in the sentence. Verbs can be divided into two main types, action verbs and state verbs. Action verbs are things you can do, like run, eat, walk, drink, study, watch, or write. State verbs describe a condition or feeling, such as is, am, are, seems, or feels. For example, he runs uses an action verb, while they are happy uses a state verb. Both types are important in English, and knowing the difference helps you build better sentences. Now let's move to the object. The object is the part of the sentence that receives the action. It answers the questions, what or whom. For example, in she reads a book is the object. In they watch a movie is the object. And in I drink water, water is the object. The object usually comes after the verb and completes the meaning of the sentence. Let's see more examples of objects in sentences. In she reads a book, the object is a book. In they watch a movie, the object is a movie. And in I drink water, the object is water. Objects can be things, people, or even ideas. They always come after the verb and help complete the sentence's meaning. Try to spot the object in different sentences as you practice. Now that you know what subjects, verbs, and objects are, let's put them together. The basic English sentence structure is subject plus verb plus object, or SVO. For example, I eat rice. Here, I is the subject, eat is the verb, and rice is the object. This order is very important in English. If you change the order, the sentence may not make sense. Let's look at more examples to see how SVO works in practice. Let's look at a simple SVO example. I eat rice. In this sentence, I is the subject, eat is the verb, and rice is the object. This is the most basic and clear way to express an idea in English. Using SVO helps you communicate your thoughts directly and effectively. Practice making your own sentences using this pattern to build your confidence. Here's another example. She plays football. In this sentence, she is the subject, plays is the verb, and football is the object. Notice how the order stays the same. Subject first, then verb, then object. This pattern works for many different actions and objects, so you can use it to talk about almost anything in English. Let's try another one. They watch TV. Here, they is the subject, watch is the verb, and TV is the object. This sentence shows how you can use SVO to talk about groups of people and different activities. The structure stays the same, making it easy to create new sentences. Here's one more. We study English. In this sentence, We is the subject, study is the verb, and English is the object. This example shows how you can use SVO to talk about learning and education. Try making your own sentences about what you study or learn. Let's look at another example. The dog chases the ball. Here, the dog is the subject, chases is the verb, and the ball is the object. This sentence shows that SVO works with animals and things, not just people. You can use this structure to describe actions in many different situations. Now it's your turn to practice. Repeat these sentences after me. I drink water. She writes a letter. They play games. You read a book. We watch movies. Practicing these sentences will help you get comfortable with the SVO structure. Try saying them out loud and notice how the subject, verb, and object are always in the same order. Let's talk about common mistakes. Sometimes learners put the words in the wrong order. For example, eat I rice. This is not correct in English. The correct order is I eat rice. Remember, English is not like some other languages where the order can change. In English, the subject always comes first, followed by the verb, then the object. Another common mistake is switching the verb and subject, like plays she football. The correct way is she plays football. Always remember to start with the subject, then the verb, and finally the object. This will help you avoid confusion and make your sentences sound natural. In English, the order of words is very important. If you change the order, the meaning can be lost or become confusing. That's why it's important to always use the SVO structure. This is different from some other languages where the order can change. By following SVO, your English will be clear and easy to understand. Let's do a quick exercise to practice what you've learned. I'll give you some words, and your job is to put them in the correct SVO order. This will help you remember the right structure and use it naturally in your own sentences. Here's your first exercise. You speak English. Arrange these words into a correct English sentence using the SVO structure. Take a moment to think about it. The answer is, you speak English. Notice how the subject comes first, then the verb, then the object. Let's try another one. The boy eats bread. Put these words in the correct SVO order. The answer is, the boy eats bread. Again, the subject is first, followed by the verb, and then the object. Practicing these exercises will help you remember the correct order. Here's one more. They watch football. Put these words in the correct order. The answer is, they watch football. This exercise shows how SVO works with different subjects and objects. Keep practicing to make this structure automatic. Let's review what we've learned. The basic English sentence structure is subject plus verb plus object. The subject is the doer, the verb is the action, and the object receives the action. Using this order helps you speak and write English correctly. Practice making your own sentences every day to get better. Let's look at the first slide. Basic English sentence structure, subject plus verb plus object. This is the foundation of clear communication in English. Remember, every complete sentence needs these three parts to make sense. Slide 2 shows the formula. SVO equals subject plus verb plus object. This simple formula is your guide to building correct English sentences. Keep this formula in mind whenever you speak or write in English. Slide 3 explains the subject, the doer, I, you, he, she, they. The subject is always the person or thing doing the action in the sentence. Practice identifying the subject in different sentences to improve your understanding. Slide 4 focuses on the verb, the action eat, run, write. The verb tells us what the subject is doing. It's the heart of the sentence and gives meaning to your ideas. Slide 5 explains the object, the receiver of the action rice, water, a book. The object completes the sentence and tells us what or whom the action is directed at. Slide 6 gives an example. I eat rice. S plus V plus O. This simple sentence shows the SVO structure in action. Try making your own examples using this pattern. Slide 7 gives more examples. She plays football. They watch TV. We study English. These sentences all use the SVO structure. Practice saying them to get used to the pattern. Slide 8 shows a common mistake. Eat I rice. The correct way is I eat rice. Always remember to start with the subject, then the verb, then the object. This will help you avoid mistakes and speak English naturally. Slide 9 gives you more practice. You speak English. The boy eats bread. They watch football. Use these sentences to practice the SVO structure and improve your English skills. Finally, Slide 10 reminds you to subscribe for daily English lessons. Keep practicing the SVO structure, and you'll see your English improve every day. Stay tuned for the next lesson, where we'll learn how to expand your sentences even further.